Hari Om Bhagavad Gita Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga Chapter 17 verse 16. We are continuing yesterday's verse 16 again. Yesterday we saw the psychology behind this verse, which was beautifully explained by both Swami Dayananda Saraswati and Swami Chinmayananda. Today we want to see the techniques given by Swami Vivekananda for controlling the mind. Again verse 16. Manaprasada saumyatvam maunamatmavinigraham bhavasamshuddhirityetat tapo manasamuchyate. Initially, Bhagavan in verse 14 said, what is Shariram tapas? Body, austerity of body tapas. Then in verse 15, Bhagavan explained what is Vachikam tapas, austerity in speech. Shariram tapas and Vachikam tapas are relatively easy as compared to Manasikam tapas. Making a prayer to Ishtadevata, respecting elders, even if it is not from the heart, externally we can do it, respecting elders. Some people bend down and touch their feet, something like that. They may not really respect them, but as if that can be done. Ahimsa, that is also possible. Controlling the speech, see, it is our mouth is a kind of a nut in the pressure cooker. So when the mind is so much of pressure, then the nut releases the pressure in the pressure cooker. Similarly, when the mind is with so much of pressure, mouth opens, speaks whatever nonsense it wants to speak. After some time, that fellow, the pressure is out, so he is calm. That can also be controlled. It is not very difficult. External. So all these are external. That is body tapas and vachikam tapas. External tapas. So it can be done. But how to control the mind, which is internal, it is not easy. The one who controls his mind is Mahabahu, greatest person, greatest soldier. In fact, Bhagavan Krishna in chapter 6, verse 35, agreed with Arjuna. Shri Bhagavanu Vacham Ashamshayam Maghabhago Manodur Nigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaundeya Vairagyena cha Grigyate. Bhagavan said, yes, Arjuna, you are right. Indeed, it is very, very difficult to control the mind. But it is not impossible. By practice, one can control the mind. The question is, what to practice? How to control the mind? I think the techniques are given by Bhagavan in this verse. I think. That is what we have seen already the techniques given by Swami Chinmayananda and Swami Dayananda Saraswati. According to me, mind is the main. In electricity, there is a main. When something goes wrong, we switch off the main. Similarly, mind is the main for us. Everything goes to the mind, and mind only receives the instructions from intelligence and then gives out the orders. So one should know when to switch off the mind, when it is doing its dirty tricks. We all know mind is a worst master, but a best servant. How to make your mind a slave instead of you becoming slave to the mind? That is the question. Swami Vivekananda has not given an explanation for this verse. He has not, because everything is a speech, separate speeches. But in various places, Swamiji has talked about the mind and the difficulty in controlling the mind. Swami Vivekananda also stated one should control the mind. I can't give the entire thing which he has stated. That is not possible. Bits and pieces, here and there. I have taken some of them and giving it here. Swami Vivekananda, what he says on mind. He says, Swamiji says, the highest men are calm, silent, and unknown. Most of them are unknown. Then in some other place he says, it is thought which is propelling force in us. Fill the mind with the highest thoughts. Hear them day after day. Think of them month after month. Never mind about the failures. It will happen. But think highest thoughts. In another place he says, when your mind has become controlled, you have control over the whole body. Instead of being a slave to this machine, the machine becomes your slave. Instead of this machine being able to uh, drag the soul down, it becomes a greatest helpmate. Then in another place he says, when the mind is free from activity or functioning, it vanishes and the self is realized. So only when the mind is calm, when the mind vanishes, then self can be realized. Now, Swami Vivekananda says how hard it is to control the mind. Swamiji compares it with maddened monkey. There was a monkey, restless by its own nature. As if that were not enough, it drank wine. It became still more restless. Then a scorpion stung it. Poor monkey found its condition worse. Because when a scorpion stings you, you jump from heaven to earth. Similarly, it stung the monkey and its condition became worse. To complete its misery, a ghost entered its body. What language can describe the uncontrollable restlessness of that monkey? Then Swamiji says, the human mind is like that monkey, incessantly active by its own nature. It becomes drunk with the wine of desire, thus increasing its turbulence. After desires take possession, comes the sting of the scorpion of jealousy at the success of others. Lastly, ghost of pride enters the mind, making it think of all its importance. How hard it is to control such a mind. Swamiji is getting surprised. How hard it is to control such a mind. Then Swami Vivekananda gives a technique of controlling that mind. The lesson is to sit for some time and let the mind run on. The mind is bubbling up all the time. Let the monkey jump as much as it can. Simply wait and watch. Knowledge is power. Swami Vivekananda says, unless you know what the mind is doing, you cannot control it. Give it the rein. Many hideous thoughts may come into it. You will be astonished to see that it was possible for you to think such thoughts. But you will find each day the mind's vagaries are becoming less and less violent. That each day it is becoming calmer. It is becoming calm. Slowly and gradually, you get into the chambers of the mind and gradually get control of the mind. Swamiji says it is not a what we call as a quick solution. It is a long, hard struggle. It is not, it will come one day, 1 month, or this thing. You have to wait. That is what Swami Vivekananda says. I think by checking the instrument that is responsible for all the mischiefs, that is, by sitting alone for some time and watching the dances of the mind, you achieve everything that is said in this verse. First, sit with yourself in a calm place for some time. What I understand. Second, watch the thoughts and allow it to run in all directions. Whatever way it wants to run, you don't disturb the thoughts. Let it go. Third, after understanding the mind, you take the weeds out. That is the bad thoughts of the mind. Remove those bad thoughts and fill it up with good thoughts. Bad thoughts are the causes of the mental agitations. It is the result for bad actions in this world. Remove those bad thoughts. Fourth, by removing the bad thoughts, naturally we get inner silence because agitation has gone. By this way, you get control over the mind. That is self control, mastery over the mind. And sixth, if you achieve self control, then naturally your motives will become pure in the outside world. You never wish any bad thing for anyone, including your worst enemy, because naturally you have corrected yourself. That is what I think. Swami Vivekananda says how to, the technique, how to control the mind. So there are different techniques, one by Swami Dayananda Saraswati, one by uh, Swami Chinmayananda, and one by Swami Vivekananda. Whichever way you adopt, the ultimate thing is you have to keep your mind cheerful. You have to keep the mind silent. You have to, your motives, intentions, your work in the outside world must be pure. It must be noble. That is the idea behind all these techniques. That is what I understand from this verse. Again, verse 16.
Manaprasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraham bhava samshuddhirityetatem tapo manasamuchyate.
Next verse we will see tomorrow. Harihom Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu.
Narayana 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 Narayana